Here I want to show you some info and updates within this one. And on what's happening right now. But first, you'll have to see me first. Your magical adventure, Twitter's host, Reese here. I'm here to give you these info and updates. And this one here is going to be on various certain topics within this as well too. But this one, I'll take you in for a little stroll. Without further ado, let's like thumbs up for me, and let's go. I'll also be mentioning on here what the changes are going to be for certain types of videos, like magic trick videos and adventures. Anyways, let's get right to it. So where are we gonna actually go exactly? No specific destination for this one. Okay, so what are these changes? Besides as the info and updates, I'll tell you that right now as we are walking. First things first, I wanted to mention on the Adventures of Crescent, BC. Only did a couple over there. Not as many as some of the other tour adventures that I've done so far in around the BC area. And also, I wanted to mention about Calgary, that we'll be also doing some tour-like adventures up there. I've asked my dad on what he recommends for what will make it great for attractions up in the Calgary area, because the info and updates are going to include these various topics as well: the weather and air quality, the changes and what's going to happen for the videos, timing of the day, and my time up in Creston, and also we'll be covering on here are some of the on what adventures that we'll be getting into during the fall and autumn time. Even the scene spot lookalikes, and on how autumn and fall will play a role into what we will be doing for the upcoming videos. Also, we'll be saying a few things on my schedule and what will change, knowing what's been going on for me. And last but not least, what I'm currently working on now. So those are some of the various topics that I'll be covering within this walk vlog. Okay, so first things first, I'll talk about things that had just came up for me in a line of videos, because I got some things coming up on me, and certain things that also changed on me. First one is the one that came up to me just recently was the Crescent ones. We did some tours up there. It did really good, and even though that also just recently came up in the same line as well too. Even the Calgary one as well too. That also came to me pretty quickly as well too. Even the weather that had kind of like crashed in and kind of put a hold on some of the other videos. That is probably the main one, besides as the other ones that I just mentioned. But overall, the tours that we did up in the area of Crescent were really good as well. And when we get to Calgary, who knows what will be up there as well too. Okay, so now what I'll talk about is the weather and air quality. Okay, so the first one of that is the weather was kind of changing a little bit. And in the same line, we had things that didn't look well in terms of the other part of the weather going on to the air quality. Got talking, you can see there's this either this John Deere scene here. We'll go check that out. There's some over here. I was just zoomed down here so you can take a look at what's over here. John Deere, just right there. I just wanted to show that to you. That almost looks kind of like a slight dinosaur of some kind, just by how it looks right there. It's a John Deere, but it looks similar to one of what looks to be a dinosaur. It's the right body for one too. I just wanted to mention that on here as well too, just before I talk a little bit more about the air quality. Okay, so for the air quality that was going on wasn't doing so well. It was smoky and had to stay in to get out of that as well too. And it had me to put a hold on certain videos for being outside, such as the Canadian vids and a 3.5 day round trip. Lifted and are going to happen. And also wanted to say on something also in kind of slight way of that. And that goes to the Calgary trip happening pretty quickly on the 26th, that is. So I got some packing up I gotta do in preparation for heading to Calgary. As far as the air quality now, is getting a lot better now than from before. So I'm really happy about that. So we can start with the Canadian vids for the great outdoors. Okay, so here's our it's going to happen and change with the on the videos now, knowing that things are now changing already on us. The Canadian trick vids will probably still happen. We might be heading into, I'm not going to say October, but hopefully we'll get a chance to get that done. And it also depends on when I get back from being up in Calgary. So that's going to change other videos as well too, because it will be getting into the October time. And other things that will also change too around that time will be the back to school trick vids, as well as the Thanksgiving ones, and the Halloween ones will be the ones that will be changing the most. Okay, now for the timing of the day. Knowing that the timing now has changed. It gets dark at about 7:15. For videos outside, we'll have to do them early, enough before 7 p.m. PST time. So starting probably at 2 or 3, and then ending early before that time. That way we have the light that we will have up at the park. If things go a little bit further in October, I'll try to see what I can try and do and get them done to the best that I can. And like for the timing, well, we'll just take timing as it comes. So whatever happens will happen. Okay, so my time up in Creston was a pretty good one. We could have done a little bit more on the tour front up there, but what we've got is what we've got. I'll be making a playlist on what there is, and I'll be putting in the other one, the together one, up on it as well too. Just wanted to let you all know. Because I only stayed up there for only slight 2 days as well too. And I was up in a cabin close to Creston. Not even in Creston, but close to. But I had amazing fun. Went to see the museum. Really happy that we managed to actually get inside the museum, because once it was closed, we saw the grounds from the last time we were up there. And for that day, we were able to actually go inside the museum and check out what the museum was like. And we even saw some really cool main attractions and parks in the area. And at the last part of it, we went to see tucked away Graveyard Cemetery in Boswell, which was the last one that I did just before heading out to the ferry. What ferry? The Kootenai Lake Ferry. Okay, the other one on the various topics, and that goes to the adventures that we'll be getting into during the autumn-fall time. Besides as Thanksgiving, the other vids as well too that will change a bit, but going on an autumn-fall base. They'll be happening fairly soon, like scene spot lookalikes and other will also be a part of it as well too, including some of the trick vids a bit. But I will keep you all posted on that front. For the scene spot locations lookalikes will change. One will be the one that's going to be currently going into, which will be October for the Halloween time. I will finish off the other one first before we get into that one. Because the other one we'll be getting into is the Blair Witch Project. That is what I can say right now, that the Blair Witch Project will be our spot scene lookalike for the autumn-fall time, kickstarting us into autumn-fall and of Halloween soon to come in October. Okay, so there's that. Now we get down to our next topic, which is how autumn and fall will play a role. It'll play a role in the Canadian vids and our spot scene lookalikes. They'll play a great role into that. Even in some of our upcoming adventures as well too. Maybe making a playlist on some of the ghost towns as well too. I'm currently working on that right now to make a playlist upon that. I've already got started on some shorts involving around the Halloween time to help kickstart us get into the Halloween mood. What is this I see right there? We're gonna find whatever that is. Just right there. Got talking and I saw this. We're almost finished with these updates, info, and changes. And I got talking and walking down over here. You can see we got this. This is actually made out of concrete. As you can see, just right there. With those trees there. Just right there. You can see also I've got some parts. However, these are. All this way here. Out of wood. You can see some sheet metal right there. So there, we just walked down here and we got down to over here. Now we're seeing this. And we got some old stuff up there. Seeing there. Just a car, the tarp. And over there too. So I got talking about ghost towns, and all of a sudden we come over here and we see something that looks similar to some sort of like ghost town like stuff seen there. Let me just walk down to over here. That's why I wanted to show you that. You know that we are just walking down here. What is this? What is that right there? Some kind of like giveaway right there with the rocks. And what is this? Wood. It has a little bit of yellow on there and a little bit of white with I think that's some kind of like pink. A pinkish color to the white there. It's like an old slab board of some kind seen here. I'll put that back to over here. So I'm kind of like finding like random finds up here. Moment we get here, we see some random finds. As I was talking about these info and changes and updates, and then we come over here and boom, we see some random finds over here. Isn't that something? You got a pathway here, and it just goes all the way down to over there. And I believe I see another John Deere right there. Seen here. Hope you can make it out like a John Deere. Just right there. That I'm pointing at right there. And there's stuff over here too. That we could maybe take a look at here on this pathway like this. You can see we got some old metal parts there. Well, that's the old metal parts. Sheet metal there. As you can see, this right there that I'm pointing at right there. And that's where I can see the John Deere and this stuff right there. This John Deere here inside here is sticking on some mossy looking growth into this, whatever this is part right there, as you can see right there. And whatever that is seen just right over there. Do not know what that is, but it looks pretty interesting how it just is like right in the center right there. Here. Can see a fence right there. And over here you see there's a pathway hanging down there. Nice sky. To see more of it there. And then we see, well, let's go up to about Right up about there. I see something just right up inside there. Whatever that is. Broken down car. Right there. It's just hidden. You can kind of make it out though, within the leaves. And then we get this. Right there. Whatever this is. Rusted something or other. What is this? What is this? That's what I would like to know. Let's take a look on the inside. Whoa. How did this get here? And so you see this right there. I think there's another little pathway down here. That would take us to over there. I see something right over there. Where that tree is right there. We got old metal parts right there. Let the camera come into focus. Hope we can make that out. I'll try and get over there. Gotta be careful though. Yeah, I can see some of the leaves are changing right there. As you can see right there. So they are slightly changing down here. That's where we're there. You can see rock and that thing there. What is that right there? It's the same as the other one. I'll try and get closer. Just right there. Whatever these are. It's really the same as the other one. The one from up over inside there. Let's try to get closer. I'm just right here. I have to do some bushwhacking here. Try to make my way over here if I can. Can you hear things snapping? We'll try to go over here. Try and see what we can make out from over there. I see something from in the back of this thing here. Made it. Oh, we got two. We got two things right here. There's one up there. It's right behind the other one. Right there. I believe there's another car right there. I'm gonna try and get to that if I can though. That is. So here, I believe this could be like an abandoned spot or something. Seen there. We found like two things over here. I'll try to make my way down to this car. I believe that is just like right over there. See. Just right here. Right there. What's inside of it? Nothing. But it is broken up though. We'll try to make our way to over there. What is this I see? Old shoe. So here's an old shoe. And a mat that's coming apart right there. Some various finds over here. besides as what you see just right over there. We'll try and make a way. Sun's going down, so I'll get back fairly quickly. That step over here. Carefully though. Made it. I passed that and I passed that. So I give it the light on for that. So I made it over here. It took me a fair bit of time trying to work my way from way over there, just right to over here. Now that I'm over here, now we can check out what's over here. I'm actually standing on the rock right here. Feet. Just right here. Onto that. Look straight forward. From over here. I can see what's over here. Let's peer over carefully. It is, yes, it's right there. Whereas in between those rocks and over here. From there, you can see we saw that too just before heading down into this direction. Seen here. So an old car right there where the rocks are. So yeah, an old car is to be seen just right there where this is right there. Isn't that something? Anyways, I'm gonna have to head on back because pretty soon there won't be much light over here. So what I'm going to is make my way out of here and get back to the roadway and then head up from there. So I have to retrace my steps and heading back. We've seen that right there, and we've seen this over here. Now it's time for me to make my way out. That was definitely something. Okay, so the way I went over here was through this way. That's the route that I have to take. I gotta do this fairly carefully. So here first before I make my way back. There might be a better way out. Let me see. Wait, I see a pathway. Here. Oh, it could be a dead end. I'll look though. I don't really know. I might have to take this way instead. It was this way that I took. Pile 600 logs there. And back down to over here. So far so good. But we do have to head on back. My light is looking, we've seen that from before. Made up to here fairly quickly. There we go. And back up to over here. See this stuff on the walk back here. I think I just untied my shoe while trying to make my way up here. Possibly. I had to tie that fairly soon though. Wildlife comes out at night, so I do have to get back. Not overly too quickly, but quickly enough. And so that we have a little bit of light. Anyways, I still got more I gotta say on changes and updates and stuff like that. You see here? That was a pathway. You see here? That's a pathway I took and hang down to get over there. Back to over here. Seeing that right there. Seeing this one last time. The concrete, whatever that is. That's not the moon. That's just the street light right there. Now that we made our way out of there, I can share the last bits here on the info and updates. I'm just really happy that we had a chance to take a look at that just before incoming John Deere. Before we get started seeing here. Oh dear. Our other adventure, we even saw deer. That too was at the end of the other one. I put that in at the end of it, so you could all see it. Anyways, so my schedule and what things will change. Well, the trick videos will change a bit, and the adventure vids. That's all that it'll affect and change basically. But whatever happens will happen, and I'll see what I could do to get what we can get done. So I'll give you the like sum up for that one. And minus the 10 that will be up in Calgary as well too. I have to communicate with my dad and see what's going on that front. So what am I currently working on now? Getting ready for the back to school trick vids, and trying to get things ready for Halloween coming up. The one coming up in October. That is. Let's flip my sheet here on my notepad. Okay, so I'm gonna also also wanted to mention that the playlist is done for the Irish Fun Time vids. It is now up for the viewing as well too. All of it in, it will include like the total of 13, even though we did like installments 1 through 10, which is what it was on. The ones that make it to 13 are the ones in between that were the parts. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 1 and 2. On some of the other installments within that. So that's why you see 13 in there on that playlist. What is this I see? Water top of some kind? Or a water tank, whatever that is. That's coming to view as I got talking. I saw that right there. This one I wanted to show you that because we saw something similar in one of our recent adventures, and that was the one on the pathway of Downey Street, the pathway trailhead. That was just the most recent adventure that we've done so far. What I want to mention is that I'm now kind of starting up with some of the Halloween-based vids already. Shorts and other... Hello, Pooties! Hello! Hi! Aw, they're saying hello to me! I do love that when dogs say hello. Yeah, so I'm starting up with that too. And I also wanted to mention within this, I'm also getting new stuff in for Halloween as well too, that we have some new stuff coming in for us to get into tricks. And some of them will be on like display or table setup, including for the Haunted Grim side and the Witch side. So the changes of the fall and autumn videos will include the Canadian trick vids, the back to school, and the 3.5 day round trip. That might be put on hold for now. It all depends on timing and if we could actually get a chance to do them during the upcoming October time. It all depends on when I'm done. I'm thinking about like staying up in Calgary for about a week. That's about it. When I get back, I think we'll probably get right on into them from there. So the 3.5 day round trip, well, that'd be in question for now. If it happens in October, that'd be okay. Or if not, don't worry, it'll still happen no matter what. We'll make it all make it work out in the end. And then we get the October vids. So what are these October vids? Well, we got is Thanksgiving. That'll be different. Same with Halloween. And also in mid-October, I might be going out to Vancouver. And maybe we'll do some adventure vids up there if it's going to be in mid-October for that one. Okay, so the reasons why things kind of got a little weird on us here is linked with certain things that had came up, like the weather a bit, as well as the air condition due to the smoke that we've been having. I'm really happy that we don't have that now. I can smell this fresh air, which I'm really happy about. And having certain things come back, certain things come up, like it says as the Crescent one and the Calgary one. So those are probably the reasons why things got a little bit kind of having things not getting done, but all will get done no matter what. I'll see what I could do about that and get them done, or we might have to do some juggling to make it all work. So that's pretty much all I could say, and that brings this video to a wrap and close. All the information updates are now out in your way. Same with the changes, what's going to be happening now. And that's pretty much it for this one. I'm yours truly, your magical adventurer, tour trickster host, Reese. Peace, with love and blessings. Namaste. And also, before ending on this film, I wanted to say what our next coming up adventure is. On Wednesday, we'll be going to the Old Ski Hill. So please stay tuned for that. And also in this one, we also saw some abandoned area spots as well too. I went down to one pathway, and then boom, we hit into some kind of abandoned spot that almost resembles what of a ghost town. I hope you all enjoyed the Crescent tours. Now I had to go, cause and this is what supper. So that's pretty much it. I'll see y'all back soon. Spot for this video.